The desert wind moaned across the Jundland wastes. Luke Skywalker stood beside the landspeeder, packing the last of his belongings. His aunt and uncle were ashes now. Tatooine held nothing for him anymore. Inside the small hut, Obi-Wan Kenobi knelt by a low fire. He thought he was alone. He was not. Luke had come back for his father's lightsaber. His boots made no sound on the sand outside the door. He stopped because the old man was speaking, whispering, not to himself, but to someone unseen. "The boy is strong, Qui-Gon. Stronger than Anakin ever was at his age. But if he learns the truth that Vader is his father, not the man who killed him, I fear what that knowledge will do to him." Luke froze. His hand gripped the doorframe. The blood drained from his face. The wind seemed to die. Somewhere far away, a crate dragon called across the dunes, low and mournful. "Vader is my father." The words struck harder than any blaster bolt. His father was not a noble Jedi cut down in battle. His father was the black-masked monster who served the Empire, the butcher of worlds, the killer of Jedi. Obi-Wan had lied. Looked him in the eye and lied. Luke's hand drifted to the lightsaber, clipped at his belt. The metal felt suddenly heavy, cold, wrong. He stepped back from the door. Once, twice. His breath came fast and shallow. The boy who had walked up to that hut was gone forever. In his place stood someone new, someone angry, someone with questions only one man in the galaxy could answer. And that man wore a mask. The door slammed open. Obi-Wan Kenobi looked up from the fire. The whisper to Qui-Gon's spirit died on his lips. He saw the boy in the doorway, and he knew. Luke's blaster was already drawn. "Don't move." The old Jedi raised both hands slowly, calm, steady, the way he had faced 1,000 enemies before. But this was no enemy. This was Anakin's son, pointing a weapon at his heart. "Luke, don't." Luke's voice cracked. His hand trembled, but the barrel did not drop. "You said Vader killed my father. You looked me in the eye, old man. You lied." A long silence. The fire snapped between them. "I told you what you were ready to hear. He's my father." The word tore out of him. "That thing, that monster is my blood?" Obi-Wan lowered his eyes. "Anakin Skywalker was your father. A great Jedi. A good man. But he was seduced by the dark side. And the man he became took your father's name and face. Vader is what remains." "That's a Jedi answer." Luke's finger tightened on the trigger. "Give me a real one. I hid the truth to protect you, to give you a chance to choose your own path, before he found you. You don't get to choose for me." The blaster shook violently now. Tears ran down Luke's face. Somewhere outside, the wind picked up. The suns dipped lower. For one heartbeat, one terrible heartbeat, the boy almost fired. Then his arm dropped. He turned and walked out into the wind, leaving Obi-Wan alone on his knees in the sand. The landspeeder tore across the dunes toward Mos Eisley. Luke drove in silence. Obi-Wan sat beside him, hands folded, saying nothing. He had tried. The boy would not hear it. The cantina was loud and full of smoke. Han Solo waited at the corner booth, boots up, smirking. Chewbacca growled a greeting. Luke barely looked at them. 2,000, Han said. "Now." "Done." Obi-Wan placed a hand on Luke's shoulder. "Listen to me. You are not ready to face him. Not like this. Come with me to Alderaan. Let me teach you." Luke shrugged him off. "You had your chance to teach me," he said quietly. "You used it to lie." The old Jedi's jaw tightened. Anakin's hatred destroyed him. The same path is opening under your feet, right now. Do not walk it. I'll walk where I want. Outside, stormtroopers were sweeping the streets. Time was running out. Han waved them toward the docking bay. At the ramp of the Falcon, Luke stopped. He turned. For one moment, the boy from the moisture farm flickered behind his eyes, uncertain, afraid, looking for the mentor he had trusted only hours before. Then it was gone. "Don't follow me, Ben." He walked up the ramp without looking back. Obi-Wan Kenobi stood alone in the docking bay. Sand drifted around his boots. He watched the Falcon's engines flare blue, then white. The ship lifted, banked, punched into the sky. The old Jedi closed his eyes. He felt the future shift. He felt Vader smile, somewhere far across the stars. The plan was finished. The boy was loose, and the truth had become a weapon. The tractor beam pulled the Falcon in like a fish on a line. Stormtroopers boarded. The crew hid below the deck plates. The plan was simple. Disable the beam, find the princess, get out alive. Luke listened. He nodded. He said all the right words, but his eyes never left the corridor outside the hatch. When Han disappeared to slice the control panel, when Obi-Wan slipped away to reach the tractor beam, Luke moved too, but not toward the detention block. He turned the other way. Down a service corridor, past a patrol of troopers, past flashing red lights. Deeper, lower. He didn't know where Vader was. He didn't need to. The Force pulled him forward, like a current, dark, cold, and certain. Every step made the air heavier. Every breath tasted like metal. A trooper rounded the corner. Luke didn't hesitate. The blaster came up. One shot. The trooper dropped. Luke kept walking. Somewhere far behind him, Leia Organa sat in a cell. Alderaan's ashes still drifted in the void. Han was kicking down doors looking for him. Obi-Wan was racing through service tunnels, sensing too late that the boy was gone. But Luke heard none of it. He heard only the breathing. Slow, mechanical. In, out, growing louder in his skull with every level he descended. Vader didn't know he was coming. Vader thought he was hunting rebels. Luke's hand drifted to the lightsaber on his belt, his father's weapon, soon to be turned on the man who had stolen that name. He stepped into a wide, empty hangar bay. The breathing stopped. A black-cloaked figure stood at the far end, waiting, watching. He had been felt. The blue blade ignited with a hiss. The red blade answered. For a long second, neither moved. Vader studied the boy across the hangar, the height, the eyes, the stance, Padme's face. My blood, the mask, gave nothing away. You should not have come here, boy. I'm not a boy. Luke charged. The first strike was wild. Vader caught it with one hand and turned it aside like a man brushing off dust. The second strike came faster, angrier. Vader stepped back once. Just once. Testing. Luke swung again. And again. And again. No form. No control. Only rage. Vader felt it pour off him in waves. Hot. Loud. Powerful. This was not Obi-Wan's careful student. This was something raw. Something the Emperor had whispered about for 20 years. A storm in flesh. Good, Vader rumbled. Use your anger. Shut up. Luke leapt. Vader pivoted, caught the blue blade on his own, and shoved. Luke crashed into a stack of crates. Sparks rained down. He scrambled up, panting, blood on his lip. You killed him, Luke spat. You killed my father. The mask tilted. Slowly. Is that what Obi-Wan told you? Don't. He told you only what served him. Luke screamed and charged again. Their blades locked. Vader leaned in close enough for the boy to see his own reflection in the black visor. Strike me down in anger, and you take your first step toward me. You already know it. You feel it. Luke's arms shook. The red blade pressed closer. Closer. And then, with a flick of Vader's wrist, the lightsaber spun out of Luke's hand and clattered across the floor. He was disarmed, defenseless, and alive. Because Vader chose it. The red blade hummed inches from Luke's throat. Luke Skywalker knelt behind the metal stairs, breathing hard. His hand was gone. His lightsaber was gone. Above him, the Emperor laughed a dry, cruel sound that filled the throne room like poison. Strike him down, Lord Vader, Palpatine hissed. Fulfill your destiny. Vader raised his weapon. The crimson glow lit Luke's face. His father's face, hidden behind the black mask. For one long second, the galaxy stood still. Then Vader stopped. His blade lowered. Slowly, quietly. The hum faded into silence. Luke looked up, confused. Father? Vader turned his helmet toward the Emperor. Palpatine's smile froze. The old Sith sensed it a flicker. A crack. A thought Vader had buried for 20 long years. The Dark Lord stepped closer to his son. He knelt down, shielding Luke from the Emperor's burning eyes. And then, in a voice softer than anyone had ever heard from him, Vader whispered the words Palpatine had forbidden. Join me, and together, we will end the Emperor." Luke's eyes went wide. The galaxy seemed to tilt beneath him. Palpatine rose from his throne, claws shaking. "What did you say, Lord Vader? What did you say?" Vader stood tall. He turned to face his master, the man who had stolen his life, his wife, his son. The red blade in his fist suddenly felt heavier and sharper. "You heard me," Vader said. "Old man." Lightning crackled at Palpatine's fingertips. The betrayal had begun. The shockwave of Vader's choice spread across the Force like a scream. Far away, on a desert world called Tatooine, an old hermit named Obi-Wan Kenobi gasped in his sleep. He sat up in the dark. Something was wrong. The boy he had protected for 19 years was gone. Not dead, taken. The timeline began to bend. On the first Death Star years earlier, in the memory of the Force, Obi-Wan never raised his blade against Vader. He never sacrificed himself in that quiet hallway. Because in this new path, Luke was never there to save. The old Jedi lived, but he lived alone, hunted, hiding in the dunes, whispering to a ghost named Qui-Gon. And the rebellion? The rebellion never had its miracle. The trench run at Yavin never happened the same way. Without Luke's final shot, without the boy who trusted the Force, the proton torpedoes missed. The Death Star survived. Its green beam fired again, and Yavin 4 burned. Princess Leia screamed as the jungle moon turned to ash beneath her feet. Mon Mothma watched the rebel fleet shatter in orbit. Han Solo's Falcon limped into hyperspace, carrying only smoke and ghosts. The rebellion's greatest victory was erased. And Luke Skywalker vanished. Side by side with Darth Vader, he boarded a black shuttle and disappeared into the deep core of the galaxy. No transmissions, no sightings, no hope. The boy from Tatooine, the last Jedi, was swallowed by the dark. The galaxy whispered his name like a prayer and like a warning. 10 years. 10 long years had passed since the night Luke Skywalker disappeared into the deep core with his father. 10 years since the rebellion burned at Yavin. 10 years since hope died in a single shuttle's exhaust trail. The galaxy had changed. Coruscant, the heart of the Empire, was darker now. The sky above the city planet boiled with red storm clouds, a side effect of the dark side's growing power. Rain fell in sheets across the marble steps of the Imperial Palace. Stormtroopers stood in long black lines, their armor polished like mirrors. Star destroyers hung overhead like silent gods, blocking out the sun. And on the highest balcony of the palace, 2 figures stood side by side. The first was Darth Vader, taller, stronger. His armor had been rebuilt, sleeker now, etched with runes from forgotten Sith temples. His cape was longer, blacker, heavier. He had spent the last decade in shadow, building something terrible. The second figure was younger, slimmer, hooded. A dark robe trailed behind him in the wind. His face was hidden, but 2 glowing yellow eyes burned beneath the cowl like twin suns of fire. The crowd gathered below the balcony did not know his name. They only whispered one word: Skywalker. Luke Skywalker, the boy from Tatooine, the farm kid who once dreamed of joining the rebellion, was gone. In his place stood Darth Solaris, the apprentice forged in the heart of the dark side. Vader had trained him personally. No mercy, no softness, only power. Together, father and son had spent the decade hunting down every last enemy of the Empire. Bounty hunters, rebel cells, hidden Jedi. One by one, they had been found. One by one, they had been crushed. The Emperor watched it all from his throne, wounded, weaker than before, his face more twisted than ever. The lightning duel 10 years ago had left scars even Palpatine's dark powers could not heal. He needed Vader and Luke. He hated them. He feared them. And every night, he plotted their deaths. But tonight was not about plotting. Tonight was about a speech. The Emperor stepped onto the balcony between his 2 Sith. The crowd dropped to their knees. Palpatine raised his clawed hands. "My people," he rasped. "The galaxy is at peace. The last embers of rebellion have been stamped out. Today, I name my chosen heir, the one who will rule beside me forever." He gestured to the hooded figure. "Behold, Lord Solaris." Luke pulled back his hood. The crowd gasped. His face was pale, sharp, older than his years. A long scar ran from his right eye down to his jaw, a gift from a Jedi he had killed on Dagobah. His blonde hair had darkened to ash. His eyes burned gold. He did not smile. He did not speak. He simply nodded once, slowly, like a god accepting worship. Vader stood behind him, silent, proud, possessive, and far above the palace, hidden in the swirling red clouds, a single ship watched the ceremony through long-range scopes. The ship was small, battered, old. It was the Millennium Falcon. Inside the cockpit sat a woman with long brown braids and tired brown eyes. She wore a faded Jedi robe patched, mended 100 times. A green lightsaber hung from her belt. Beside her sat an old Wookiee, his fur turning gray. "Leia," Chewbacca growled softly, "we should not be here. It is too dangerous." Princess Leia Organa, General Leia, now did not look away from the scope. "I had to see him, Chewie," she whispered. "I had to see what they made him into." For 10 years, Leia had carried a secret given to her on Yavin's last day, by the dying voice of an old hermit in the Force, Obi-Wan Kenobi's voice. He had told her the truth. Luke was her brother. She was a Skywalker too, and the Force ran strong in her blood. After Yavin burned, after Han Solo went missing in a Hutt's frozen prison, after Mon Mothma died in an Imperial cell, Leia had fled to the swamps of Dagobah. There she found a small green creature named Yoda, the last true Jedi Master. Yoda had trained her for 9 hard years. He had taught her the lightsaber forms. He had taught her the Force. He had taught her patience. And on his deathbed, the old master had whispered his final words. "Luke is lost. Only you remain. The chosen one. Your brother is not. The chosen one. You must become." Now Leia sat in the Falcon, watching her brother bow to the Emperor. Her heart ached, her hands shook, but her eyes were steady. "I'm going down there," she said. Chewbacca roared in protest. "You cannot fight all 3 of them alone." "I'm not going to fight, Chewie," Leia answered. "I'm going to talk. There's still good in him. I have to believe that." She stood up. She tightened her robe. She clipped her green lightsaber to her belt. And then she did something no Jedi had done in 10 years. She walked openly into the heart of the Empire. The Imperial guards saw her first. Red-robed warriors with electro-pikes. They moved to stop her, and then froze. Her hand lifted, a small wave of the Force. Their minds emptied. They stepped aside. She climbed the marble steps of the palace. Rain ran down her face. Up above, the ceremony was ending. The Emperor was retreating into the throne room. Vader was turning to leave. Only Luke remained on the balcony, staring out at the city, his golden eyes lost in thought. And then, he felt her. Luke Skywalker froze. His head snapped around. His glowing eyes locked onto the figure climbing the stairs below. A presence. Warm, bright, familiar. Family. He had not felt that word in 10 years. He stepped to the edge of the balcony. He looked down. Their eyes met across the rain-golden Sith fire meeting calm Jedi brown. Leia stopped on the steps. She did not draw her saber. She simply pulled back her hood and let him see her face. "Luke," she called up softly. Her voice carried on the wind, lifted by the Force. "It's me. It's your sister." For one heartbeat, Luke's golden eyes flickered. Just for a second. A tiny crack of blue, like a memory trying to break through stone. Then Vader appeared behind him. The Dark Lord's mechanical breathing filled the air. He looked down at Leia. He had not known. He had not sensed it. A daughter. The shock rippled through him like ice. But Vader did not show it. He placed one heavy-gloved hand on Luke's shoulder. "Ignore her, my son," Vader said. "She is a trick of the light. A ghost sent to weaken you." Luke hesitated. His hand drifted toward his lightsaber. Leia took one more step up. "Luke, please. I'm real. I'm your twin. Our mother's name was Padme. Father Vader, he hid us, separated us, to protect us." But the Emperor twisted everything. At the word Padme, Vader's helmet jerked. A sound came out of him, almost a gasp. Luke turned to look at his father. "Is it true?" Vader did not answer. "Father," Luke said. Harder now. "Is it true?" The silence said everything. Suddenly lightning. From inside the throne room, the Emperor had been listening. He had been watching, and he had decided. A bolt of blue Sith lightning exploded out of the doorway and struck Leia in the chest. She flew backward down the marble steps. Her scream echoed through the rain. "Leia!" Luke shouted. The word was human, not Sith, not dark. Just a brother calling his sister's name. The Emperor stepped out onto the balcony, his clawed hands smoking, his yellow eyes burned with rage. "You will not be turned, Lord Solaris," Palpatine hissed. "I will not allow it. I have waited too long." He raised his hands again. More lightning crackled, this time aimed at Luke, but Vader stepped between them. The bolt slammed into the Dark Lord's chest. He absorbed it. His armor sparked. His mask cracked. But he did not fall. "Run, Luke," Vader rasped through the smoke. "Take your sister. Run." Luke did not think. He leapt over the balcony. 20 stories of empty air rushed past him. He used the Force to slow his fall, landing hard on the marble steps beside Leia's body. He scooped her into his arms. She was alive, barely. He looked up. High above, Vader and the Emperor were locked in a storm of red blades and blue lightning. The Sith civil war that had been brewing for 10 years had finally exploded. Stormtroopers swarmed the steps. Luke ignited his red lightsaber with one hand, cradling Leia with the other. He cut through them like wheat. The Millennium Falcon roared down out of the clouds, guns blazing. Chewbacca's voice screamed over the comm. "Get on board!" Luke ran, Leia in his arms, blaster bolts flying past his head. The Falcon's ramp dropped. He leapt aboard. The ship shot upward into the red storm. Behind them, the Imperial Palace burned.